You know what I love? Video games. I love them so much that I've been playing them for as long as I can remember, all the way back on the Super Nintendo. And you know what? I think it'd be pretty cool if I made my top 10 favorite video games of all time. I mean, I haven't made a top 10 video in a long time, so I guess that'd be a good idea. So, here's my top 15 favorite video games of all time. Originally it was 25, but I thought that was too long, so I narrowed it down to 15. First off, you should know that this is all my opinion. It's not an official list or anything, and I haven't played every game to ever come out. I'm not made of money. Also, my opinion, this is not set in stone. Most likely, 7 years from now, this list isn't gonna be the exact same. Anyways, this is my top 15 favorite video games of all time. Let's do it, Captain. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Do you love the gothic themes of Castlevania? Do you love the Metroid style exploration? Then you're gonna love this game. Well, at least that's why I love it. I think one of the major reasons why I love this game so much is because of exploration. And I love me some exploration. And this game has a lot of it. And that's why it's awesome. I mean, it sure as hell isn't the voice acting.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
Some people may say Castlevania 4 is the best Castlevania, and while that is a great game, I have to disagree. Symphony of the Night's the best. And my opinion is fact. Chrono Trigger. I absolutely love this game. Now I'm sure a few of you are probably baffled that this isn't higher on the list, and yeah, I don't blame you. This game is really damn good. For some reason, this game constantly gets compared to Final Fantasy VI. And while I love Final Fantasy VI, I think Chrono Trigger is vastly better in terms of story, gameplay, and graphics, and soundtrack. Oh, do I love the soundtrack. But yeah, it's Chrono Trigger. It's a great game, and you should definitely play it. And Square Enix should definitely remake it. Or give it a sequel. Or do anything at all. Persona 4. What the hell is this weeboo garbage doing on this list? Well, because Persona 4 is freaking amazing. Now for me it was either Persona 3 or Persona 4, but in the end I picked Persona 4 mostly for aesthetic purposes. I love Persona 3, but I love the look of Persona 4, so yeah. But anyways, this game's great. It has a great story, memorable characters, and a good soundtrack. It's good. It's also kind of weird, but that's Japan for you, but whatever. Good game. And Chie is best girl. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Now I'm sure a lot of you are like, what? Skyward Sword? That's the shittiest Zelda game ever made. Well, I have to disagree, because I absolutely love Skyward Sword. In fact, I was shocked at how much I loved this game, considering how many people constantly shit on it. One of the reasons why I love it so much is because of the story. I actually cared about all the characters, including Link and Zelda. In past Zelda games, I didn't really give a shit about Link or Zelda's. In this game, I actually cared about them. And yeah, I even like Fi. Even though to a design standpoint, she's pretty shit. But as a character, I really loved her. My biggest complaint with Skyward Sword is that the pacing is actually pretty bad, but other than that, I loved it. I love the story, the graphics, and the motion controls are pretty good, a lot better than I thought it would. And the soundtrack is, oh my god, absolutely orgasmic. It's the best in the series. I don't give a shit. The soundtrack's really damn good. So yeah, Skyward Sword. I love it. Bloodborne. You know, I never really was a fan of the first Dark Souls. While it had some great story and lore, the gameplay and mechanics weren't the best. Dark Souls 2 had better gameplay and mechanics, but the lore and story wasn't as good. Bloodborne, on the other hand, has the best of both worlds. It's pretty damn great. It's my favorite of the From Software games. But the major reason why I love it is because of the level design. And also the setting is really damn good too. And the story and lore, pretty damn great. I mean, it is directed by the same guy that made the first Dark Souls, so yeah, of course the lore is going to be great. And of course, the level design was going to be great too. And that's really all I can say about Bloodborne. I mean, basically it's exactly the same as Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, but it's great. It's really damn good. It's currently the best PS4 exclusive, which is kinda sad, but whatever. Bloodborne, really damn good. Parasite Eve. Now, it's most likely that you guys have probably never heard of this game, but let me tell you, this game is a gem. Parasite Eve is one of the most unique games I've ever played. It has a horror theme but mixes it with RPG elements, and it works really damn well. And the game has great atmosphere and a really good mystery in the story. I really like the story a lot more than I thought I would. Over the course of the game, I would start to care about a lot of the characters in the game, and I loved the main character. I thought she was badass. I can't remember her name, unfortunately, but she was awesome. And I love the combat system. Even though it's a little flawed, it's so unique. I've never seen any game like it. Overall, Parasite Eve is a fantastic game. I liked it a lot more than I thought it would. It's really damn great. You guys should probably pick it up. It's on the PSN store. You should buy it because it's awesome. Oh, and the cutscenes are really terrifying. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. I am a huge fan of the Fire Emblem games, but out of all of them, I would have to say Radiant Dawn is my favorite. And there really isn't much I can say about Radiant Dawn because, in all honesty, if you were to look at every Fire Emblem game, they're all basically the same, with a few changes here and there. The reason why I love Radiant Dawn so much is because of the great story and really good characters, and the incredibly addicting strategic gameplay. I love that shit. So, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, it's pretty damn great. Don't know what to say about it, but it's great, and I highly recommend to play it. If you can find it cheap, that is.
It's been a long time. How have you been?
Portal 2 is a very special game to me. When I first played it, I was absolutely blown away. It is one of the very few games where I played it more than once. In fact, I probably played and beaten this game at least 10 times. I could probably speedrun it if I could. I was so invested in this game. I looked for every Easter egg, looked at the scenery, and paid attention to everything. Portal 2 has great characters, a great story, great multiplayer, a fantastic soundtrack, and one of the best endings of all time. Holy shit. If Valve ever gets around to making Portal 3, I don't know how they're gonna top themselves. The Last of Us. In all honesty, I've never really been a fan of the Uncharted games. I mean, I don't think they're bad, I just think they're pretty average. However, when I played The Last of Us, I fell in love. This game is fantastic. The graphics are great, the voice acting is phenomenal, and this game has the second best ending I've ever seen, next to Metal Gear Solid 4. All in all, I love The Last of Us. A lot of people say that it's like a movie for some reason, which the only thing that this game even resembles a movie is the cutscenes. And that's it. I mean, Halo 4 has a lot of cutscenes, but nobody calls that a movie. Gears of War has a lot of cutscenes, but nobody calls that a movie either. So what the hell? Oh well, it doesn't matter. This game's awesome anyway. Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles is one of the best RPGs I've ever played. It has a great story, great characters, and this game is huge! Bigger than any Wii game should be. Like seriously, this game is really damn big, and the environments are beautiful. I love exploration in video games, if you can't already tell, and Xenoblade Chronicles is a great game to explore. You will spend hours just exploring everything, and the soundtrack is fantastic. This is, in my opinion, the best game on the Wii. It is really damn good. And just because this is a Wii game doesn't mean that it's gonna be bad or gimmicky or have stupid motion controls. It's really damn good, and I highly recommend to play it if you have a Wii or Wii U. The story's great, the characters are likable, great exploration. This is a fantastic game, and you should definitely play it. As for Xenoblade Chronicles X, well, hopefully it'll be just as good, if not better. I love Fallout 3. It has great atmosphere, a great setting, a great personal story, and Capital Wasteland is so much fun to explore. However, in the end, I'm gonna have to pick Fallout New Vegas. Why? Well, even though I like the setting, atmosphere, and Capital Wasteland better in Fallout 3, Everything else is better in New Vegas. Like, seriously, Fallout New Vegas improves on so many things from Fallout 3. Better gameplay, better story, better characters, better writing. Hell, just look at the quests. Not counting the unmarked quests, Fallout 3 has 11 main quests and 17 side quests. Fallout New Vegas has 27 main quests and 81 side quests. The difference is night and day. I'm sorry, but Fallout New Vegas is a much better game than 3. It just feels more like an RPG to me. After playing Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3 feels pretty linear and lacking in content. I'm not saying Fallout 3 is bad, I'm just saying New Vegas is just the better game in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just some faggot that plays video games. Bayonetta 2. I cannot put into words at how much I fucking love this game. Not only is this the best game on the Wii U in my opinion, it is also my favorite action hack and slash game I've ever played. Yes, even better than Devil May Cry 3. This game has amazing gameplay, the game is beautiful, and the story is so ridiculously stupid it's actually pretty good as well. And Bayonetta is an incredibly badass and awesome character. If you want to play a fantastic action game, I highly recommend to play this. Especially since it also comes with the first Bayonetta, so yeah, there's absolutely no reason not to buy this. That is except if you don't have a Wii U, which sucks, but hey, if you do have a Wii U, highly recommend it. It's pretty fantastic. Bayonetta 2 is one of the funnest games I've ever played. It's so fucking good, I highly recommend to buy it. Now, is it worth buying a Wii U for? That's gonna depend on what income you have, but trust me, it is definitely worth it, at least in my opinion. What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'm melting to you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. Honestly, do I need to say anything about Metal Gear Solid 3? No, I don't. It's fucking amazing. Moving on. Super Metroid. If you've been subscribed to me for a long period of time, then this probably isn't surprising at all. I absolutely love Metroid. It's my favorite video game series of all time. I love almost all the Metroid games, and it was really tough picking which one's my favorite. But in the end, I would have to say Super Metroid is my favorite. Metroid Prime! I'm sorry! I deceived you! Super Metroid gets absolutely everything right. The music, the atmosphere, the graphics, the gameplay. Super Metroid embodies everything that's great about the Metroid games. Metroid was actually the first series for me to find out how much I love exploration. Like I said, it was really hard for me to pick my favorite Metroid game because honestly, almost all of them are great. Almost. I love the gameplay, I love the exploration, I love unlocking new abilities and solving puzzles. And I love the atmosphere and music. Oh my god, it's fantastic. And Samus is my favorite video game character of all time, before they fucking ruined her in Other M. But I already talked about that in another video, which you totally should watch. Super Metroid was my favorite game for a long time. That is, until one other game came out, which is...
This world doesn't need a hero. It needs a professional.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I am actually surprised at how much I fucking love this game, because I've never played any of the other Witcher games, but oh my god, I love this game to death. The story is fantastic, the characters are memorable and lovable, the gameplay is great, the world is so much fun to explore, but the biggest reason why I love this game so much compared to other RPGs is the side quests. I cannot tell you how many times I've played an RPG where the main quests are great, but the side quests are uninteresting and just repetitive. The Witcher 3, however, has amazing side quests. You actually want to do the side quests. I've actually spent more time on the side quests than I did on the main quests, and that never happens. Usually I spend more time on the main quest and do side quests just to level up. That, along with a fantastic story and great main quests, and then you got a great game. The only way to understand how phenomenal this game is to play it. It is fantastic. It's a work of art. The Witcher 3 is my favorite game of all time.